Starting a business is not difficult. What is difficult is starting the right business the right way. A lot of us want to start businesses, but we end up doing it all wrong. Most of us also start, but we end up skipping very important steps that in the long run affects our businesses. In this video, I'm going to share with us step by step how you can successfully start a business for yourself. If today is your first time of coming across this channel, I am Dorkie, and over here we share business tips, we share importation tips, anything that will make our business successful and make our importation successful. This is the channel for you. So do well to hit on the subscribe button to join the happy family. Now let's get right into the video. One very important step that most people always ignore is learning the basic skills and getting the basic knowledge that can sustain that business in the long run. Now, for example, if I want to start an importation business, the first thing shouldn't be what product am I supposed to import and come and actually start. The first thing I need to think about is getting the right knowledge around importation. How do I start learning about importation? That is actually the first step. If you don't get the right knowledge, you might get yourself into very, very serious mistakes in importation that would in the long run hurt your business. This is you getting knowledge that can actually sustain that business. Basic knowledge like how you can communicate with customers, how you can market your products, and all of that. Most of us started without getting any of this knowledge. Like myself, when I started my business, I did not even think about like how am I supposed to get this business to the doorstep of other people for people to see it. Because if your business is not visible, it is just a matter of time and that business is going to run off. Why do you think Shane, Temu, and all of those other platforms are constantly on our faces with their products? It's because they want to always stay relevant. So even after so many years, these people are still putting their business before us just to keep relevant. So if your business is not visible and you are not actually learning about how you can put your business before people, how you can communicate with your customers and all of that, it is just a matter of time and that business will just die off. And that was the exact mistake I did when I started my business. I did not even think about any of these things. I was just doing anything at all. Always understand this. Skills and knowledge will always save you from very, very big and expensive mistakes. Next step is stop thinking business and actually start thinking of how you can solve specific problems. Now, if I find myself in a community whereby there is no potable water, they're not getting the potable water is the problem. Now, how I will solve it becomes the business for me. That is actually how to start a very sustainable business. Just look around yourself right now as you're watching this video. Any single thing that your eye catches, the person that produced or manufactured that thing thought of whatever thing that you are using that thing for right now before they actually produced it. And that is the mindset that you should have. The same way these people, once they want to produce something, they don't just sit down and produce it. It's the same way when you are also going to start the business. You don't just sit down and start it. You have to think like the way these manufacturers, the people that are manufacturing these items that we actually go to get from, you have to start thinking like them. Chinese manufacturer actually sat down and thought. A toddler will not be able to get to the top of the WC. And even if they are able to, the hole inside is very, very wide. They might just get right into it. And this particular manufacturer decided, okay, how do I solve this problem? Now let me produce this particular item over here to solve that particular problem. And that brought about this particular product. So you will see that you, the one that you are also going to get it, you need to also think like the person that produced it. It is going to help you a lot. Understanding business as you solving a problem for somebody will actually sustain that business than just thinking about the profit side of it, the business side of it, and all of that. Now, the next step is choose a simple business model. Now, don't even complicate the concept of business model. It's just how you want to run the business. How do you want to run it? Are you going to be doing it online? Are you going to be selling to people that are also going to resell to other people? Are you going to be selling to who? Like, that is just the business model. One mistake most people do in this particular step is that they always look at another person's model and they try to copy whatever thing that that person is doing. But I bet you, whatever thing that is working for another person will not or might not work for you. So you need to sit down and actually structure yourself. The things you know yourself, you know your time. Some people that have other jobs, but they also want to start a business. You are definitely different from somebody who is doing business full time. So you cannot copy or be looking at that particular person's model to actually come and use to run your model. So you need to sit down and structure a business model that will help you, and a business model that you can actually sustain. Now, the next step is start small but start smart. Now, even if you have the money to stock up whatever thing at all that you want to actually go into, make sure you start small, even if you have the money, because it is actually a venture that you are just going into for the very first time. You don't know how it is going to go. You don't know the struggles you are going to face, whether you can handle it or not. You absolutely know nothing about it. So it is very, very important that you start it on the low. Now, in starting, there are two different basic ways you can actually start. That is, if the business that you are starting is not a service-based business. Now, the service-based business is you just offering something that you can do a service. Like what I do, I offer importation training. That is a service-based business. Or you stocking up a product to sell. Okay, that is you getting a product in hand and you are actually selling a product to somebody in exchange of their money. Okay, that's just the difference between the service base and the product base. If you want to get into the product base, there are two basic ways that you can actually go about it. You can source from local suppliers. Wherever that you might find yourself, there are wholesalers, there are people that are already reselling those products that you actually want to get into in wholesale basis. You can actually go to these people and stock up within your local market. For example, if I find myself in Accra and I want to go into ladies' shoes, ladies' slippers, kids' shoes, kids' slippers, men's shoes, men's slippers, and all of that. There is a particular place in the central market in Accra that when I go, I can actually get these wholesalers to actually stock up. Now, one thing about this is that you will get to the shop, you will see the item for yourself, and you will purchase whatever quantity that you actually want to purchase to come and start. Other way is for you to actually import those items from different sources. Now, there are different places that you can actually import from. You can import from China, from Vietnam, from Bangladesh, from Turkey, from Dubai. Like, there are so many different places that you can actually import whatever thing that you want to actually go into from. But I will focus on China for now, because that is like the hub. That is where you can get affordable prices and you can get a variety of products and goods to actually start your business. So China is also another place that you can actually go and you can actually start importing some of these items to actually start your business. I spoke about China. Most people are like, Doki, I cannot travel to China. I don't know whatever to do and all of that. You don't actually need to travel to China. You can actually sit at the comfort of your home, import items, and you can actually resell them. It's also another way you can actually stock up. You can actually stock up if you are going to go into product based. This particular point, one very big mistake you need to avoid is overstocking. Start small, as I said. There's even a way that you can start a business with absolutely nothing. If you don't also have money to start the business, it is very much okay. All you have to do is to get a supply point. Once you get that supply point, you get pictures, videos of those items, you post them or market or advertise those products. Once you get an order from that product, you take out your profit Then you send that order to the main source, that is the supplier. The supplier does the delivery and you get your profits. People also started like this, and now they have actually advanced their business, and they now have capital to actually stock up by themselves. So if you don't have the money to start, you are not left out. You can actually start with the drop shipping method. One thing that has stopped most people from starting their business, they always think about it, but they don't start, is that they are waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time is never going to come. If you really want to start this, I'll just advise you to go ahead and start. Most people are waiting to get capital. You don't actually need the capital to start it. You getting the right skills and the right knowledge is the very most important thing. And the next thing is, most people want to actually get a shop somewhere before they start their business. I am running my business online from the comfort of my home, and that is where I've been running it all of these years. So getting the shop and you looking for the right time, I think it is not even a thing that we need to even talk about. Now, the very last thing that I'll be leaving with us is consistency is the real currency. Now, I saw somebody's video and the person was like, people should show them the way. Are they sure it is only consistency? But I tell you, though it is not only consistency, but you are actually going to be needing consistency. If you are not consistent with whatever thing that you are doing, I bet you, even if that thing would work out, you being inconsistent can actually disorganize everything. I will just advise you to actually make sure that this thing that you're about to start, when you start it, you actually keep on keeping on. It is not easy. Struggles are going to come. There will be times that you are going to make losses in your business. There are times that you are going to make very bad decisions in your business, but it is all part of the learning process. Just take it that way, so that when the issues start coming, you will not give up on your business. This brings us to the very end of this video. If you have still not subscribed to this channel, do well to hit on the subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you next time. It is bye bye.